there are various predictive astrological texts and basic astrological text which teaches us what is astrology, what are the basic things in the astrology, like 9 planets, 27 constellation, one Abhijita constellation, many specifically 12 houses, 12 zodiacs, and the permutation combination of all these planets, stars, zodiacs, houses, good and bad in planets, good and bad in houses, good and bad in zodiacs, good and bad in constellations, nakshatras. All these various things, what we learn, are all available in this introduction to Vedic astrology. So, many of the people, we use the word called Vedic astrology, whereas in reality, it is not so appropriate to call the astrology as a Vedic astrology. Why? Because Jyotish Shastra is one of the anga of Veda, Vedanga Jyotish. The astrology, what we use to study the celestial bodies, the planets, the stars, their distances, and distance between sun and moon, sun and planet Earth and moon, and other planets, the orbits, the axis, the solar system, the Akasha Ganga, the what all are available in this axis. To study, to know this, and to perform Vedic rituals like Agnihotra, Baliharana, Muhurta, Grahana, Sankramana, Parvakala, and the calendar, what we say in this Western life, the calendar, what we call it as Panchanga, Titi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karana. To calculate the days, to calculate the hours, to calculate the years, to calculate the event, to calculate the movement, to measure the time, to keep dimensions, keep track records on time, it was very necessary to have one thing called Panchanga. And these were the only basic elements which were available in the Vedanga Jyotish. Later on, in this Indus Valley civilization, medieval periods, where Yavanas introduced, where other religions, other caste, other socialism, other culture started invading in India after first century. Gradually, the intention and the in-depth of the astrology started getting changed. Here, if you go through all those texts which are on base of predictions, predictive based astrology, where we predict the probable, almost certain future of one human life, good or bad. Because in the entire Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, or Ashtadasha Puranas of Vedavyasa, nowhere it is highlighted that astrology plays a very, very important and vital role in making a difference in one human life. If you go through all those Ashtadasha Mahapuranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, where Lord Rama, Lord Krishna were the main incarnations to make the difference in those yugas. And specifically, if you go through all those 18 chapters, 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere ever you may see the importance given to astrology. But everywhere, the importance is given to the karma phala, destiny and karma, prarabdha. On these grounds, everything is based. If you go to Ramayana, the Rama completely signifies only the charitra, Shuddha charitra, Shuddha jivana, Dharmacharana, Dharma marga jivana, Dharma prada jivana. If you come to Dwapara in the Krishna, the karma, without expecting anything, do your karma, and the results are left to the Almighty. So everywhere, never ever give up doing your good deeds. In all those 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere the fortune, the Bhavishyavani, you might have all somewhere have heard when Kunti forces Lord Krishna to predict the future of the war. Krishna only says that happenings, what happens in life is on the grounds of the past karma, either the good or the bad. The people engaged, involved in this Kurukshetra Mahayuddha are all one or the other way. They are completely entitled with their bad or good karma, because of which they are correlated with this Mahayuddha. Where lakhs together people are going to die, many of the houses are going to burn, and in the end, there will not be so appropriate result, but dharma will survive. Dharma will arise, whereas selfishness will perish. So here, before I start to introduction to astrology, the people should compulsorily know that what really the astrology is, and what astrology we are studying today, and what astrology we are practicing in today's life. What the real astrology means in Veda and in other texts, scriptures in Indian origins, and what really we are studying today, what really we are practicing, and how authentic it is when we say this word called Vedic astrology, because nowhere it is been written in the Vedas that fortune can be predicted by the position of the planets, constellations, etc. In any Purana, the situation or the consequences we might have heard, learned, studied. Sorry. Anywhere, one circumstance, one story where some Pandavas, Kauravas, Rama, Lakshmana, we have heard that Lord Rama was Pandita of all Vidhanas. He was a Shastra Pandita. He had knowledge over all the Shastras. Even Ravana was very much a well-versed Vedic scholar. He had knowledge on complete four Vedas, all the Shastras, Tarka, Nyaya, Mimamsa, Vedanta, Jyotish. But that Jyotisha, what is mentioned in those texts, in those epics, are entirely different than what the astrology we are studying today in this 1200 generation. If you go through that Lagada Muni Vedanga Jyotish text, which contains probably only 18 or 14 slokas, which is between 1400 to 1000 BCE. The Lagada, who wrote the first text which was written, was Vedanga Jyotish. So that Lagada, never ever he has mentioned about predictive astrology. Lilavati Ganita, Veda Ganita, the mathematics what we use in calculating the positions of the planets, the constellations, the rise of the sun, set of the sun, which is everything based on Ananta Siddhantas. as we all, if we are into astrology and if we have some basic knowledge, we know that there are 18 pravartakas in astrology. And those 18 pravartakas have written 18 siddhantas, out of which completely everything is vanished. Rarely we get one or two, specifically that is Drika Ganita, which is recently refined of Surya Siddhanta. The only left with us completely available with mathematics is Surya Siddhanta, written by Lord Surya Deva. So in this Surya Siddhanta, we could able to calculate with the help of sunrise. Taking the help of sunrise time, we can calculate each and everything, the position of the moon and other things. Because in the solar system, the speed, motion, axis, acceleration, velocity with the sun is decided.